Here is another week, and our newspaper reviewer is here. Chooks the boy, good to see you.
How are you, my dear?
New week.
Yeah, new week, new hopes, new aspirations.
New aspirations.
Mr. Chooks.
Yes, my dear.
Good to see you as always.
Oh, the feeling is
and
beautiful.
what a goal, what a goal,
You
what
look
a
refreshed
goal.
anyway.
I look refreshed.
Yeah, you look
It's
refreshed.
God's work. Did I tell you I turned 68 December 5?
Really?
Do you see any ounce of it on me?
No.
It's called natural happiness.
Yes.
It comes from loving your neighbor as yourself.
yourself.
Mr.
Nothing else gives it to you.
Mr. Chukudi, cool and natural. That was the goal Senegalese scored.
No, no,
yesterday.
the left foot. Now, the fact that he was being impeded in movement did not even deter him. They say determination is the key to success.
No,
he used his last ounce of energy.
What a goal.
No, it was
What
something
a
else.
goal. It was smooth.
something else.
It was clean.
That look.
For the Moroccans not to complain, Senegal needed a clean goal. A clean goal with no controversy whatsoever.
You know, when
and
controversy
Hakimi was not in
started,
position. He was off track.
when controversy started over the penalty,
Yes.
I didn't subscribe to that controversy because
Yes.
the guy clearly pulled the defender down
He did,
to be able to head that
Yes,
ball.
he did,
You know,
Yes.
but at the end of the day, I want to say that I found. Okay, they complained that it was not that was their problem, that the Senegalese were robbed of a goal earlier. I had dozed off on the sofa.
Yeah.
I didn't see that one.
They were.
But at the end of the day, African football got to a peak there. They all played well, just
They
like
played
our
very
Super
well.
Eagles.
African
played
football
well. We did
and of
well.
course
They played
African coaches.
There's something about
African
you,
coaches.
you know? Something
For
about
the
you.
first time, African coaches were, coaching the four
Exactly.
teams.
And they did well.
God, they did well.
So professional,
Yeah.
downright competent.
Yes.
I saw it all yesterday and I was proud. But our Super Eagles did well.
Yeah, no.
Congratulations to us.
To
for
us,
the
yes,
third place there. We did well.
Yes.
And please keep Chele Abichel. I still don't know.
That
She's challenged.
Ghanaian referee was really dealt with also.
Well,
I didn't like what he
that
did.
belongs,
The thing
that belongs in the realm of emotions.
That is it.
Okay, let's quickly
But
go to
actually,
the
the
papers.
Senegalese played very well.
They did well.
Even our boys.
Africa played well.
Our boys
They
were
played
good.
better.
They did.
Our boys too were good.
They deserved to win that match.
Yeah, they did.
They did.
And the whole of Africa was behind them.
Then,
actually.
please, before we go to other items, because
Yes.
we've already dealt with this one,
Yeah.
that man called Sadio Mane,
Oh.
and they sell the money he makes, he
national
uses it
treasure.
to develop his community.
Yes, his community.
He's not driving one crazy Benz like the rest of them. He develops his community with the proceeds from his football.
And he's so humble.
I wish I could shake hands with him, that I
He's-
won't wash the hand for 7 days, just to keep something of him
Did you see what he
on
did
my
yesterday?
palm.
His humility.
Did you see what
Bringing them back
humility.
from the locker room.
he brought them back?
He brought them back. The coach was taking the players out.
He brought
Mane
them
called them back from the tunnel.
Yes.
A player.
Yes.
Yes.
Look, let's take lessons from some people in life.
Exactly.
Wonderful.
It was a beautiful match and a beautiful evening to watch the match, actually. And let's quickly move to the papers this morning. Mr. Chukudi, we'll begin with This Nigeria. And on This Nigerian newspaper, just beside the masthead, NAF airstrike neutralizes over 40 terrorists in Borno State. You find all the details on page 20. And at the side piece of the picture story, NDLEA arrest wanted drug kingpin 12 years after killing 3 officers. You find the details on page 21. New tax law, traders, business owners reject bank transfers, insist on cash. Details on page 14. And the rider cautioned banks over VAT exploitations, customers urge CBN. And the headlines: misdiagnosis, negligence fuels silent death in hospitals. That's coming from a report, with riders from forgotten surgical tools to fatal anesthesia errors. Survivors demand accountability as failures expose weak oversight. You want to know what's all about, what the report is saying, you go to page 2. You find the report. And the picture stated there, Minister of Defense General Christopher Musa retired, and Minister of Interior Olubunmi Tunji Ojo during the Defense Minister's visit in Abuja recently. Now let me quickly go to the leadership newspaper and the leadership newspaper, above the masthead of the leadership newspaper, for championing a new era of tax reform anchored on efficiency, Dr. Zach Adidiji is. You want to know what he is? You find the details on page 7. He's the Public Service Person of the year 2025. And for demonstrating that visionary enterprise anchored in integrity and hard work can nourish both people and prosperity, Thomas Etu is Business Person of the year 2025. Find the details also on page 7. And just below the masthead of the leadership newspaper, operators decry Securities Commission's new capital requirement. You find the details on page 4. Side piece of the picture story, Argo Group commends Dr. Henrietta Nkwo on global recognition by Marius Who is Who. You find the details on page 16. Obasaki Street, elderly women praise Pueblo over intervention in gully erosion site after 20 years. Details on page 6. And just what we've been discussing, Senegal overcome VAR drama to clinch AFCON title in thrilling final. Indeed, it was a thrilling final. You find all the details on page 37 if you didn't watch the match. And the headlines in the leadership newspaper, London property scandal. NBA committee reacts as federal government charges Ozehome with forgery. And with Ryder commend ICPC chair and his team for their courageous investigation, says NBA and anti-graft committee chairman Professor Badejo. That's what he's saying. He's commending ICPC chair and his team for the courageous investigation. You find the details on page 4. And the picture story, the National Security Advisor Nuru Bado, Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule, and Chief of Staff to the President Femi Gbajabiamila, welcoming back to Nigeria President Bola Ahmed Tinubu after his participation in the 2026 Abu Dhabi Sustainability Week at the presidential wing of Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport at the weekend. Welcome back, Mr. President. And 2 suspects, 1 relative arrested over murder of Kanu woman and 6 children. You find the details on page 6. Mr. Demola.
Okay, thank you, Jumai. I have the Punch newspaper with me here, and just above the nameplate of the Punch, federal government allocates below 1% of 2026 budget to fight poverty. Details on page 38. Cash rush. ATM withdrawals jump 198% to 36 trillion naira. Wow, that's huge. Details of that is on page 34. 30 billion naira relief. Oyo cries politics as Makinde faces EFCC petition. Details of that story can be found on page 9. APC rules out automatic tickets for defected governors. Then we have the major headline reads, Petrol War. Importers outpace Dangote with 62% supply in 2025. Federal government shows high-stakes struggle for Nigeria's petrol market as 15% fuel import duty looms. Drama as Senegal beat Morocco to claim AFCON title. INC protests over Fubara impeachment plot. Details on page 20. Anti-trafficking operation rescues 17 victims in Nasarawa State. Details of that story can be found on page 4. 2027, my re-election unstoppable. Oti tells Oji Kalu. Chooks?
Yeah, you thought I was writing jam again. That's too late.
Mr. Chukwudi, over the weekend,
Yes.
a sad thing happened in Kano.
What?
A woman and her 6 children were slaughtered in broad daylight in an area in Kano over the weekend.
Why is it not in the papers?
It's in the papers. 2 suspects, 1 relative arrested over murder of Kano woman and 6 children.
What happened?
Nobody really knows what happened, what happened between them to call the alteration for them. 2 of the kids were thrown into the well. 4 of them were slaughtered, and then the woman was beaten to death over the weekend.
Where were people of the community
In
to
broad
deter the
daylight.
attackers?
That is the million-dollar question.
It doesn't.
And they heard her screaming that, Umar, you are the one who is going, you are part of those who is going to kill me. You know, and around 11 o'clock, she was even talking with the husband. They were having a conversation. Where are you? He said he's somewhere around
The husband was not around?
He wasn't around. But I commend the police, the speed.
They were able to track
They were able to track down and, arrested, 2 suspects. One is 23, one is 22, and the other one is 40 years old.
Oh, well, I don't know whether the police did a terribly investigative job or whatever you want to call it, because you said the man said, Uma, you are also joining people to kill me.
Yeah, that's what the neighbors
That
heard.
means it's practically in broad
The
daylight.
neighbors heard the scream, but where were they?
That's the
These days, people don't run out to help people in distress. I noticed that.
Why?
Well,
This is not the Nigeria we...
yes, it's not the Nigeria you knew, because if you run out in those days, when you hear thief, the thief go run when you see you run out. But these days, if you say thief, and you run out and they gun you down before going to the person, it has become a very complicated matter.
So
still, neighborhood watch is very important, if I may call it that. We need to show that we are brother's keeper in any sense of the word. It's really unfortunate.
Really
unfortunate. And they confess to other crimes too within Kano. The other crime. I remember there was a story where 2 women were burnt. They confessed to that crime too.
Okay, good. The good thing is that their time is finally up. When it's time for God to stop you, he stops you.
One of them is our nephew. Nephew of the woman.
That's a shame. They have to look into it.
Yes, and
then were killed and they within the family.
Yes, and also during the week we saw misdiagnosis, negligence, of forgetting scissors, pad, and all that in women.
Yes, what I blame us for, when I say us, I'm talking about journalists. We didn't have to have Chimamanda's Charles matter before bringing this. They've always been there.
But you see,
I am one of those who accuse Nigerian journalists of pursuing politics all the time. I'm not talking lifestyle.
But we've been talking
how
about
the people are living their lives.
No, we've been talking about misdiagnosis.
We've been talking about this on Good Morning Nigeria.
Yes, we've been talking about it.
Like last year, we talked about it more than 3-4 times. We even brought in
experts. Yes.
I have been avoiding this, but let me say it. In terms of general,
we do talk about it.
In terms of general programming, no station in this country comes close to NTA.
Yeah.
Remember, I have a private broadcasting background, so I should be protecting them. But when I got to Good Morning Nigeria and saw the entire gamut you run, exposing human experience by way of inviting people to talk about various topics, I said, this is a different place. The others is about politics, then you see combative interviews and all that. Kudos to NTA, please. Since you mentioned it, you pulled it out of me.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. So I don't doubt you that you have been talking about it.
We've been talking about it, actually. We brought in experts.
Actually, when I leave here, I don't leave sometimes. I go straight to Wada's office to watch the interviews and learn from those who know more than I do. Thank you, NTA.
And NTA, good news.
Incidentally, Nigerians don't really think about people are going to tell them about diseases, about farming and all that. Somebody will go help them talk to those stupid politicians. That's what they want to watch. It's unfortunate.
Anything sensational.
Anything sensational.
That's what they go for.
Ignoring your hygiene.
Somebody was challenging me about 2 weeks ago. I said, NTV people don't talk about this, but we do talk about it. But we talk about it in a very mature way.
Which is the way it should be.
We're not combative.
We are not attacking our guests.
So the thing is, BBC broadcast does not end in aggression.
Yeah.
Yet they are the best. So those people think they are doing well by doing what they are doing. I laugh at them. Are you watching the civilized world? The BBC reporter will make his point. The point I'm making is you took money for 3 projects. You did only one. Where's the rest of the money? He asks you insistently, but it doesn't insult you. So please keep it up, NTA.
Thank you very much.
Keep it up.
Chooks.
Thank you.
It's a good morning. Thank you so much for adding color again to our conversation.
Bless you. You actually make me happy.
All right.